shorts. Comfortable, practical, essential in any wardrobe. But for me, they've always been a source of frustration. I've spent years searching for the perfect pair, telling myself I needed to fit the clothes, not the other way around. And even when I finally learned to love my body, I realized mass-manufactured shorts still didn't fit me. So I decided to take matters into my own hands and tackle something I've never dared before: making my own shorts. My mom taught me how to sew by hand when I was little. Eventually, she let me use her sewing machine for simple projects like hemming pants. Last year, I got a little more ambitious, tailoring 2 pairs of jeans, transforming them from straight leg to wide leg. But making a garment from scratch? That was an entirely different challenge. Fabric can be expensive, and I barely had half the necessary tools. But thanks to Joann's unexpected liquidation sale, there was no better time to take the leap. So, with fabric in hand and a questionable amount of confidence, I was ready to begin. I started by creating a test garment using some old sheets, following the pattern instructions exactly. But it didn't fit. It was too big, the waistline was off, and the zipper placement was just not right. So I made some modifications, adjusting the pattern to better suit my body, and tested it again. The second round was much better. I finally had a fit I was happy with. Scribbling my pattern modifications in a notebook, I was ready to dig into my purchased fabric. By the third time around, I was feeling much more confident. Prepping fabric is slow and tedious, but it's also grounding. It's a moment to pause, prepare, and get excited for the many more tedious tasks that follow. Even with my modified instructions, I still managed to sew my pockets backward. Not once, twice. It doesn't help that this fabric has no obvious right or wrong side. And so, mistakes became part of the process. But stitch by stitch, the pieces started coming together. Time disappeared, and this project became my sole source of excitement for a few days. There's something so magical about that flow state, until it inevitably fades. Pleated polyester is stretchy and unforgiving, so each time I ripped out a seam to fix an error, I had to patch tiny holes where the fabric had pulled too much. Then there was the yoke. I realized it needed elastic, but I attached it too early, which threw off the alignment of the zipper. So I ended up hand-stitching the zipper and part of the yoke again, because sometimes the only way forward is patience. After hours of work and terrible posture, I was finally finished. My first pair of shorts, made from scratch. They're far from perfect. The elastic could have been shorter, the pocket should have been lined, and honestly, I probably should have picked a different fabric. But every little mistake tells the story of these shorts. They're a reflection of trial and error, persistence, and patience. And more importantly, they fit. They fit me. For the first time, I have a pair of shorts that aren't trying to fit some idea of who I should be. They feel like me. This whole experience made me appreciate every piece of clothing I own so much more. And now, I'm even more excited to keep learning and creating. After all, I do need a shirt to go with these shorts.